Alright, and we should be live. Good evening, Silver Gauntlets. This is Dastar here. I'm not one of your comms tonight, but I am totally running sound checks, so I'm just trying to make sure y'all can hear me okay. So if you guys could quickly make sure that you can hear me and everything is coming through, please let me know. I would appreciate that.
Well, I can hear you. Does that count?
I would love it. I mean, I would love it. I don't know. I do love it. Let's put it that way. Uh, August the 40th, the one and the only, here on comms with me, as well as the one and only melqwii. I'm going to go ahead and pass this to you guys, and I'll go
Yo,
ahead and kick off the runners in just a few seconds. Have fun.
is the cropping on Restream as bananas as it is on our preview? Just
Yes.
anyone? Anyone?
That would be my guess.
Okay, yes. Bananas confirmed.
But as
That's on me. Give me a second. I'm
Astar
sorry. Give me a second.
mentioned, we are right here, smack dab in the middle of this Triforce Blitz tournament.
Sorry, y'all. Give me a second to fix that.
Yeah, no
good.
worries.
Yeah, we'll just explain the format here while Hody boy. Oh.
Yeah, the name of the game is those 3 Triforce pieces you see in between these 2 runners. We got a Triforce of Power, Wisdom, and Courage. Of course, this is Zelda. And there are
What?
3 pieces, just 3 pieces, somewhere out there in the Ocarina of Time world now.
Yeah, those pieces will definitely be in dungeons. We will find out an approximate number of steps as soon as the runners get going. A couple of things have been planned out. You have a forced adult start, as you can see, starting with Prelude and Light Medallion. So, in a standard seed, you might be less excited to see that, but it's very convenient actually to have Prelude knowing that your child start is also going to be vanilla, like your adult start. And the 4 hint pieces right outside. Hint pieces? Oof. It's too early for me to be doing this chat.
Oh, they're pieces of
Of rock?
digital information that give you hints.
Yeah. Yeah. The hint stones will give us a number of steps it will take to find the Triforce pieces. It'll start with power, go to wisdom, go to courage, and then generally one of our path locations.
Yeah, a lot of little things like that to keep in mind. Depending on the count, it might be worth it to kind of stick to the logic. Don't break it as much. But we just saw a race where there was a higher count. And I think it paid off kind of breaking that logic rather than finding all the items that, the logic thinks you're going to need. You can go to an area that's kind of further into logic looking for some of these Triforce pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you think that a song might be involved, that's where you start going, do I need this? Do I need to go here? Yeah, always rush ice. Unless it's hinted foolish. We have seen that pay out a lot on race streams here.
And another difference from the usual OOT see here and on ZSR is the timer. We are not starting at 0 and going up. There is a hard 2-hour time limit with the rare exceptions of sudden death over time.
Yeah.
But we are counting down, and the first person to find the first Triforce piece kind of has an advantage. If it were to end right there after the first piece, that runner, the first person to that piece, would be the victor. Same thing with the second piece. So it can be
No.
what? What
Was
are
that
these
all
stones
3 or
called?
0? No, okay. So
GTG.
007, I believe, was our total, and GTG is on Path of Courage. Yeah, 007. I think one of the things that kind of messes with people that we should talk about right now I get all the points. Yay. Thank you. Thank you for all your fake money, everyone. So when you get a 0 step, a lot of people think that that refers to sphere 0, so like you're gonna find it on chickens, for example. But since our pieces are all in dungeons, it means you're, kind of likely to find one in Dodongo's Cavern, for example, but all of your bomb bags or your strengths are available at the same time, so you have multiple options to get there.
Yeah, you have to think about which dungeons kind of have a low requirement to enter.
Mm-hmm.
If there are a pair of hook shots available, here in Kakariko, that could be an option to go dig out forest a little bit until you're blocked by an item. It could be something that simple. But like you said, it's likely going to be something like the Dongo's Cavern, maybe a Deku tree with the Kokiri sword.
Yeah, Deku Tree is a little harder because it has that specific item tied to it and there aren't copies of it.
Oh, right. Copies. We need copies for that.
We need copies. However, something like Ganon's, which is available after 2 dungeon rewards, including the one we start with, so you only need to beat 1 dungeon to get into Ganon's. If you get your
Right.
Kokiri sword and a bomb bag, you have your option. So Ganon's can in fact be 0 steps because how you get in there isn't locked by each other.
And we have
Bonus.
we have our first Sphere Zero item, opponent song. It's not going to be to our zeros, but it could lead to our 7.
Mm-hmm. And Goron City Foolish is such a nice hint. I don't care the settings because any place that you can go as both adult and child and don't have to, bravo. Amazing.
And there, unfortunately, are the light arrows. Not going to be useful. Nothing blocked by light arrows.
Mhm. I was thinking about how funny it would be if there were items like behind the trials where you needed the light arrows still. A sound. Let's go.
You could throw like the forest trial on, and then the validation chest would come into play in that rare circumstance.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
And Weasel not even bothering to pick it up.
So close, Death Star. You might have overcorrected. It sounds like we're good internally.
Go.
I gotta tell you, one of the worst things is not finding any items when you get through your adult Kakariko and Graveyard segment here.
You gotta find something. If it's not
They-
here as adult, it's gotta be somewhere as child, like Lon Ranch.
Yep. And honestly, I think a play that we see a little more often, if you don't find anything in this kind of adult segment, if you don't have a lot of movement, which, we have one warp song, which is exactly where our adult spawn is,
Yep.
you might go river because you
Yeah.
have a lot of information in there. And there, you can actually see the checks if you know how to get those with glitchless jumps. You can also get all of the items in River.
I would say the hint stones can probably be more valuable than the 3 item checks, but
Mm-hmm.
always good to
Yeah.
keep in mind something like that open grotto that's Spear Zero. But oftentimes you do need something to access the river as a child.
Yep. At speaking words of wisdom, 00 is still 0. Not wrong. Not wrong.
And what was our path hint? GTG to courage, right?
Yep. GTG to courage, which should be all of our. We were talking about this earlier. You get up to 10 paths, 1 wanderer. You get extra wanderer if there are not enough path steps, which in this case clearly there will not be because we only have 7 total steps. But it does mean we'll probably get extra wanderers, which will help us find things like our bomb bags, our bows, our strengths, which we kind of expect there to be duplicates of, given these numbers.
And with the bonus song, we can get partway into the desert, at least into the fortress. Start up towards that path purge.
Scale up there.
And so that is not in logic, right? Without hover boots or a bomb bag or a scale. I guess yeah.
Yes, that's correct. So it is a scale and or bomb locked. Nice, Toad. And nice Weasel. Both of them getting their scales. Real nice because you're going straight into Lost Woods Kokiri Forest after this.
And they are neck and neck, just a handful of seconds apart.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things, Toad actually stopped to buy a shield.
Okay, that was it. I was wondering, because when they were going through the graveyard, it looked like Tenacious Toad kind of had a bigger lead. Stopping off for that shield is even things out.
GTG still path to courage, and we do have chest texture and size matches contents.
Graveyard, right?
Dastar, you might need to deafen yourself in Discord to resolve the double audio issue.
But that was a graveyard path to courage. Did we get anything in the graveyard? No.
Not yet, no.
Whatever there is in the graveyard is blocked by Sunsong. I don't think there was anything in the TARDIS. There's a bow. Or Zelda's Lullaby, or Magic and Dim's locked. So pretty deep in there, into that 7.
What did I miss?
Deku Tree is path to courage. So one of our 7 steps is in GTG, one of them is in the graveyard, and one of them is in the Deku Tree.
Okay. The pieces falling together. Nice Mito skip there from Toad.
Also good to keep in mind something like this completely out of logic without your Sorry Song or Minuet. No bombs for a ground jump. Setting up the glitchless first try for the Tenacious Toad.
Dang, Toad.
3 more hints.
Lost Woods. Okay. Goron City still foolish. That's alright, Dastar. We appreciate you working on it and restreaming so Hell Knight can go to bed at a reasonable time.
And volunteers make the world go round, and that is a very circular song, Bolero of Fire.
Yep, Bolero is nice because it gives you a lot of market path of courage. Okay.
All right.
All right, Toad. Gonna murder this for money? Nope, just getting yeeted. Ooh, half a heart. Toad. Bolero on Minuet is interesting. It does have some potential logical implications. We don't know enough about the seed yet to really say if there are song shenanigans at play. I would say usually at 7 steps we don't see that, but with 2 0 steps, it could also mean that everything else is just accounted for as non-path. Yep, there we go.
Well, taking a similar route, but Weasel getting bopped
Oh.
by the Moblin. Mido has 2 large good chests here. Well,
There we go.
alright.
Nice.
Double these.
And hovers.
Alright.
Always a very nice quality of life item, especially with that Bolero. That means we can cross that bridge. No pots needed. We can also... Oh, Saria's. Which... Okay.
So you can get those hover boots to get to Sarius to get to Bolero. That's a chain.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Our bow that we know of currently is Bomber Scale Locked. The scale we know of currently is Bomber Scale Locked. So we have a little question how we're expected to get Sarias.
And with Goron City being foolish and not really much to do in the area, Tenacious Toad is going into the Fire Temple, maybe?
Yeah, this is a pretty good play. We don't really talk about Boss Keezy very often, but we do have Boss Keezy on in these settings. So if you have the item to defeat a boss, which we do not have Hammer yet, you could just march right up to them and beat them.
And with those hover boots putting that bow into logic, I think Weasel's taking the horse over to GTG.
Hmm.
I might be kind of tempted to stop by the open grotto. While, you gotta ride through Hyrule Field anyway. He came out of the Triforce entrance.
Yep.
But I think this is a very intelligent play, getting that bow. Especially maybe after deducing those the hovers put that into logic.
Yep. Yeah, and as Ella's pointing out in chat, the hovers do allow you to jump up onto whatever crate spawns in the Wolfos room and hover over and do hookshotless GTG.
Is the Silver Rupee room also hookshotless in logic?
No.
Yeah, okay.
It's still not in logic.
But
None of that's in logic. The
He
hovers
could do it
allow
if
it.
he wants to.
Yes, the hovers allow it, but it does not actually help us logic-wise. And it looks like Toad might be opting to go Child, but we will see if that's the case. Honestly, with a market path as well, not a bad idea.
Yeah, I was just gonna point out that market path would tempt me to make my deposit.
Mm-hmm. And Shredder41 coming in with a 5-pack of gift subs. Thank you so much. And Eligatua, one of the names you're probably getting a little more familiar with, who created this whole format, getting one of those.
That's some spicy revenge if I've ever seen it. Unless I'm not sure if Shredder's Revenge has gone over too well. Maybe the Turtles have repeated history once again and thwarted Shredder's plans, but that is very generous nonetheless. All right, some big checks here coming up. Market is Path of Courage, so is GTG.
And our nice look at Best Boy. Nothing.
And with Path, I'd be very tempted to pull a Kola Osu and go through the lens minigame. There is a Rudo's letter.
And a scale? I mean, that is very tempting. Just go turn that in. And with those hovers, I will say Rush Ice.
And that is Fear Zero, along with our Kona's song, and I guess opponents and hovers are only Spear Zeros at the moment.
So if GTG, one of these early checks, let's see. Nothing. Getting a look here. Yep, save those keys. I don't see anything in the maze, but I'm pretty bad at peeking it.
Yeah, especially with the smaller screens from the
Mm-hmm.
restream. Nothing but a whole bunch of keys thus far in GTG.
Yeah. So GTG is likely to be a saving again. Because while this is exactly what the game expects you to do, we are smarter than the game.
And also, we don't
Two?
know whether Song of Time is just sitting in Sacred Forest Meadow or Lon Ranch.
Yep, exactly. And there are 2 keys here, so Weasel's going to opt not to scum those keys. And we are close to a hype train. Because Sir NyQuil of Sealand has resubscribed for 17 months. Amazing.
Sir Nye the Quill guy. Or no. No. Sir Nye the Sealand guy.
Yikes. Lens. We found a lens?
Oh, was Lens on the Slingshot minigame?
I am guessing so based on the lens manga S. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Seaforce.
My subconscious saw it. Because, yeah, we didn't get anything in GTG. Weasel did not opt to do any hookshotless strats.
Mm-hmm. All right. So all of this is still bomb locked and or Weasel, please. The timer is counting down because this format is intended to only have a 2-hour time limit. If when the clock reaches 0, neither of the runners has found a single Triforce piece, it becomes sudden death, and the first one to dot done after that. Is that choose?
Link the Goron with some bomb chews. Never
Nice.
ever doubt your foolish locations. Just 5.
Oh,
So we're going to have to be
5.
careful. We can blow the shortcut up with our bow.
Ooh.
That can be very big depending on how Weasel uses them. How he might opt to save scum them. Seeing the save right there. But gonna get this extra hint stone, a couple extra checks under his belt.
Disgusting.
And Lost Woods is
Ooh.
another path, remember.
Oh, Toad, I do not agree with this just because Big Goron Sword is so nice. You don't find yourself fighting a lot in this, but still, so nice. And catch up on chat a little bit here. Dastar gifting a tier 1 sub to Extreme Epsy. And Ayla passing on their gift sub to Mathman Dan. Enjoy the emotes.
So Weasel right there, save scumming that you back up to 5, but his going child right now. Gonna pick up that Lens of Truth as well as what did we miss in Lon Ranch? Zarya's song? No. Zelda's
Lullaby.
Lullaby. Very nice.
Yep, Lullaby. Rush Ice intensifies. I don't think ice is even high enough, honestly.
But we could find something useful in ice.
Chat memeing about Goron's big Goron sword a little bit.
Tenacious Toad taking the back walk route to the valley.
Yep, I like this.
More
It
Sphere
gets
Zero
you
checks.
another hint, so even if it is foolish, you get some info. It takes you to lake. Also, trackers, this tracker does have a little lens icon on the magic jar, if you wouldn't mind marking those, please.
Eye of Truth.
Hey, let's go, Gudrun.
That was our OOT hint. I missed it the first time when Tenacious Toad was here.
Yeah, it was Minuet.
Okay, that's a good one to get.
We're all getting scammed, HK. We got a scam train going.
No such thing as a scam when you're watching Zooter.
The whole thing is a scam. The scam is people telling you that you're gonna have fun. That's kidding, I hope.
Ooh, crater, another path.
Alright, so, forest.
That strengthens the Sarias a little bit. Maybe, I guess Belair doesn't really get us anything.
But there are 2 Sarias checks. One of them is dead because Goron City is foolish. There's technically 3, I suppose, but I am really hoping that it is not Frogs 2, but we do have a lot of our child songs already.
Well, and remember, there's something good in the graveyard. It could be ZL locked. It could also be Magic and Dins locked. But as a child, we could see these runners making the trip into the Royal Tomb. And if it's not there, we know it's locked by the Sun Song.
Yep. And there's a good chance Sunsong is also in Composer Grave. We did see another one of our always hints in these settings, Burning Cack, and there's the last one, 20 gold skulls. Because of the time limit, 30, 40, and 50 are all turned off.
Another reason, if you've been hesitant to maybe try a Blitz Seed. Because no one likes doing 50 Skull Seeds. Sarias leads us to some trash. You know, Dancing Dad is nothing, so Sarias does only lead us to Bolero, so looking a little less likely that is going to be our crater path.
So Toad spent that time doing Back of Lake hints, which is nice, little peace of mind. Unfortunately, the copy of that crater hint is just next to the Lost Woods Bridge Scrub.
I think with these settings, you don't want to leave any accessible stone unturned.
Oh, Shannick's right. Those Sphere Zero hovers in Midos does actually get us the bow and the scale in Ripper.
Yep,
So we don't.
Scale and Sarias Song.
Yep. Mini nap time here.
Skull Children being pretty unique this Thursday evening. Not trying to rip off the Zelda devs. Just $50 for our song though. Still looking for something path in Lost Woods.
Also opting to continue the gift sub that they just got today. Thank you. I hope you're finding Silver Gauntlets doing your format here justice. Oh, you just want to see your name in chat more. Got it. Everyone at Ella. Do it.
Is this her? There's a hook shot.
Oh, and a
Okay.
hook shot. Which is bomb or hammerlocked. Okay.
But with the exception of the slingshot target, that is our final check in the Lost Woods.
Yep. And no slingshots to be found yet. But we are getting another song check. We will see.
And Tenacious Toad is going to get an empty bottle
Nice.
in Mr. Mweep. Mr. Mweep, that's a pretty good tongue twister.
Are you banning yourself, Hell Knight? Is that SFM Path of Courage?
There is Sun Song. All right, I'd book it over to the graveyard.
Yeah, definitely get back to graveyard. Yeah, apparently we're all getting banned. Sorry, folks.
I don't want to wait for my band to be over. I want to chat right now, please.
And that's the DMCA.
No, completely my own production. I sampled no audio.
Nope. It was all acapella. Not even the same lyrics.
Same lyrics, same tempo, probably not the same key. I try to follow the terms of service.
That's amazing. That's so good. Have we seen if Bottom of the Well is foolish yet?
I have not seen any
Alright.
hints of that nature, but there is a large chest in the waterfall.
I am going to make a bold prediction. Storms is the song at the end of Ice, and our piece is in Bottom of the Well. That's where Courage is. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
It also looks like Tenacious Toad has picked up a 10-pack of chews somewhere. So the chews that Weasel found from Link to Goron in Barren Goron City is a little lessened. In fact, Tenacious Toad has the advantage, finds the slingshot.
Slingshot! Oh, the letter spot. Okay, that makes sense. And a wallet. Okay.
Ooh, wallet, yuck.
Wallets do a couple things. This location is not currently a hinted location for Path, but things like slingshots, ranged weapons for child, these all start connecting together. And that will give us our last Lost Woods check. So Toad could be in a very good position after this.
Also, Weasel is checking the final checks here in the graveyard. Let's make sure to mark off that they have Sun Song. I'd forgotten about Dampe, but just $5. Thanks, Grandpa.
Yep.
In my day, $5 was a lot, you young whippersnapper.
Oh god, when I was a kid, $5 was tons of money.
It's a whole TY Beanie Baby.
Whole different time.
Used to charge my parents $10 to wash the car inside and out.
Big chest. Boy, you did not value. Hey. Okay. That leads us to another path location. Sunsong Path, love it. Always good.
Yeah, Sun's the Kokiri sword to whatever's in the Deku tree. Just 2 steps.
I know. I am fortunate that I am only an adult where $5 gets you less than nothing. Rather than as a child where you might be able to do something with it.
I don't know, the mythos of the commercial land tell me something about a dollar menu.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You can get a dollar menu. Are they even called dollar menus anymore? I think most of them are called value menus now. So
Oh,
they're
touche.
not tied to a dollar.
Yeah.
Yes. SFM path is Sunsong for our Kokiri sword.
And can our Kokiri sword then be path in the graveyard? Or does it have to be something in the tomb?
Nope, it can be the same thing. However, as we mentioned, with only 7 steps, honestly, maybe Ela can specify this a little more. We are likely to get most of those hinted. Scale. Ooh, gold scale path? Ew. Yeah, every hintable item. So in this case, what we know of is Sunsong, Kokiri sword, possibly that gold scale, we will see.
Was that Hyrule Castle?
Oh, I missed it.
I think we've seen that twice now.
Castle Foolish would make sense, though.
Yep.
Classic. And a piece of heart, so that confirms our hookshot path as well.
Yep. Anything in the top big chest over here?
Hey, another bottle.
So that's not it.
Nope. The swag.
Yep, despite the child screaming for his life, have no fear, that was intentional. Oh, well, there we go.
Okay, so scale, magic. Very nice B1 skip from Weasel there. Getting flame storage as well. Gonna go beat Goma.
Yeah, and with Goma defeated, can enter Ganon's castle. Not much left for him to do as child.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did we get, looks like we got another scale in Deku Tree as well.
Yes.
Oh, 2 checks that unlocks.
So we were trying to explain this earlier, Gudrun. It's not necessarily Sphere 0 checks. It's just that something like Dodongo's Cavern, where you have multiple bomb bags available or multiple strengths available and it's early enough, they equal each other out. So it's kind of a net 0.
But at this point, there aren't a whole lot of checks like that left.
But for example, did we actually see a fire dip?
Yes, I think we were hammerlocked.
Yes, we did. We were hammerlocked instantly. So, like, fire, not a possibility anymore. Dodongo's Cavern is a possibility. We don't know where bombs are yet. Magic and Lens. Yep, Weasel is also going to go continue on the market path.
Right. I've got the lens here so far. And I suppose with hovers and magic, that now lets us cross the wasteland in logic. Oh wait, we also got Rudo's letter here. And Weasel is about to pick up.
I mean, if market just has all of the items. 4 possible dungeons that could have our power or wisdom pieces. Yeah, so we were talking about this earlier, where, and by earlier and we, I mean the Silver Gauntlets Discord was having a discussion about how many dungeons can actually have 0 as a hinted path, and it's far more than you think. And yeah, Ganon's Castle will be open now to both runners having beaten Deku.
Just out of curiosity, what are those 4 dungeons?
I would assume in this case, Dodongo's Cavern.
Ganon's and... No, GTG requires opponents.
Yeah, so GTG could require opponents. It just depends on if the other hookshot is also available.
Right, okay.
Because if they're not, and River also Path of Wanderer makes sense. We found that bow there. We found a scale there. But we did see Weasel go to GTG, and it didn't seem to have anything. So there's a chance that, like, the silver block room...
But the Dodongo's Cavern is the only 0 check that's possible for child dungeons, right? Deku Tree would be locked by the Kokiri sword. Jabu's locked by Rudo's, and the well is locked by Song of Storms.
Yep. Yeah. Bomb lock doesn't mean much, but we are immediately hammer locked out of fire. Because the only places our keys can be are behind hammer on Volvagia or in the boss key loop. Because there was not a small key at the start. And even then, oh no, we had access. Yeah.
It's possible whoever dipped in there could have spent a key, but because they were on such low hearts...
Key. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
but
so there could be something in the lava room, but I think with only 3 hearts, no Goron tunic, they're a little less tempted to
wallet, though.
dip the... Yeah, I think we got the wallet afterwards, though. That was in Domain.
Yep.
But now I think Weasel is gonna finish out the market as best he can with some ghost busting. Something a little strange in the neighborhood, and then I think maybe with that hookshot go back to GTG.
Who are you gonna call, August?
Right now we're calling Weasel.
Okay, my apologies, chat. There was a small key in the near boss chest. but there was not another. Nothing that led to. Got it.
Approaching 80 minutes left on the timer. No pieces yet.
Yeah, no pieces. This is because no one has done on-juice chickens. Which is only set to 3. It's only set to 3. They had Sun Song and everything. They said no. Chickens is the losing play.
What other Sphere Zero checks are out there to have something like another hook shot or a pair of bomb bags or a pair of strength upgrades? There's not a whole lot left.
You know, where was our hook shot? Already forgotten. Our hook shot is bomb locked.
It's
But
in the Lost Woods.
yeah. So we have access to a scale to buy beans as child. So honestly, Lake is a good option.
Oh, true. Okay. I see what you're throwing down. It could actually be the top of the lab and the gold scale in the lab. Wait, no, gold scale is a little deeper. That's not a 0. Right. GTG path take 2.
Shot, you know, feels good. The no strengths, still kind of rough, but I suppose that's something we didn't talk about. Toad turned in letter. The vanilla boomerang chest is actually turned off as a check. It's gonna be junk, so we did not see any sort of dip in there. And yeah, I think it was Ela who wrote this out in Discord. If you think of our steps as a, like, wath or path item where if you remove it, you can't complete the seed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, you know, that gets a little fuzzy when you've got things like bomb chews versus bombs. But for the most part, that's how we think of it. An item that is unreplaceable in that chain of logic. So, you know, as Chad is talking about, Minuet and Sarias don't lock each other. Minuet is obviously much deeper because it's on all dungeons, but...
Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh, a little bit deeper.
Maybe by the end of this week, we'll actually have a more scripted way to explain some of these things. We'll understand better, right, August? That's the hope anyway.
My brain is already thinking about an Excel spreadsheet to kind of be able to track all the different paths where you find all the different items and what they lead to. Normally, I've got a map tracker going on behind the scenes, but for this race, I have a good old-fashioned notebook and a pen. Taking notes as we're going.
And yes, bomb chews are not in logic. Big chest here in GTG.
Triforce piece on it. It's gold,
All
but
right, there
it's not
is
a
our
triangle.
strength. And that gets us into the rest of forest.
Oh, but more importantly, it gets us into Dodongo's cavern.
Yep. Early into Dodongo's cavern. Like Weasel might peek valley checks here. Toad, I believe, was the one who did this as child.
I believe you are correct. As we see that tenacious toad gonna make a withdrawal from the Temple of Time.
Is that enough steps? Let's see. So we would have our hookshot, our Sarias, our Raponas, a strength, a bow, because we haven't seen Song of Time yet.
Need bombs for that hook shot. That's an extra step. That's
And bombs.
unknown. It's its second try.
Let's see. So Deku had gold scale and magic.
Yep. But that is 1, 2, 3 steps in.
Minuet was Bolero, which is canceled out by our hovers because that gave us access to a to the song. We saw Composer Grave, it was nothing.
Really interesting to see if Tenacious Toad can pull anything out of Ganon's castle here.
It's in Lab Dive. Yep. Ooh, Weasel, I don't think you're gonna have time.
And no fairy in that bottle. So close.
F's in chat for Weasel.
And unfortunately, Weasel did not do the domain checks. Hasn't been there to turn in the letter, so does not have that wallet.
Yep. And a nice bow extension there from Toad.
Unfortunately, the Spirit Child was not the answer we were looking for, but a piece of heart with just 3 is kind of nice.
As one scale counts as path for gold scale check. Yeah. I think it's the same. That would be the same.
Yeah, if you remove the scale in either of the scales, you can't do the check. There's a piece. So Tenacious Toad with the advantage first piece.
Yeah.
With 72 minutes left on the clock.
Yes, so you will see us mark, I would assume, one of our 0-step pieces.
But, so we needed Sun Song and Kokiri Sword to get into the castle this far.
Yep,
and the
it just
slingshot.
means that we have the option to beat another dungeon separate of that.
Somehow.
So, like, we know we can beat Forest. Or not quite yet, because our hookshot is bomb locked and we don't know where our bombs are. Can you imagine if this is all for gold scale for a bomb bag and it's just sitting here in Dodongo's? Like, enjoy. It doesn't match up, but maybe.
Well, we'd still need another hookshot to cross over to GTG somewhere early.
Yeah. And you know what? I like that extreme psi. Sorry. You'll have to correct me in chat. That's the power piece because it's Ganon's castle, and that's how this works.
You say so, I'll trust you and everyone else who's not jumping down your throat in chat.
Yes, exactly. We can do a lot of DC. Oh, and neighbors love hanging out in boss key chests.
I mean, if you're gonna fight Ganondorf, it's good to be safe.
You can actually have 2 pieces in one dungeon. Generally speaking, there'll be different steps though, so like in GTG, a separate item will be, or an extra item will be required for one of them. Yeah, exactly. You will also see a little timer under. And, oh, 2 of our meme items back to back from different runners here. The little timer tells you who will win. If everything stays the same as this by the time the clock hits 0, that is who will win.
Yeah, essentially, Weasel will need to collect 2 Triforce pieces before Tenacious Toad finds his second one in order to gain that advantage.
Yep.
So Tenacious Toad is, although he doesn't know it, he's sitting in a good spot. 69 minutes left on the timer. I think with those chews, Weasel is gonna go all the way in here. Big chest. Ooh, way too many.
Okay, sounds good.
Normally we like big chests, but
yeah. And that does bring us to the end, though, of that strength. You do need bombs or a hammer to get this chest here, and you absolutely need bombs to,
Ooh, spicy meatball. The save scum of this chew, can't blame him. As it looks like Tenacious Toad taking our noble stallion across the river for the first time. Lord Banana for
disgusting.
Weasel. Didn't know weasels liked bananas.
Oh no. No, okay. No, that requires an extra step. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I need hammer or the bomb bag for that one.
Right, Toad coming to GTG fully loaded.
There is the shield purchase from Weasel.
Let's go, Weasel. Under an hour in. Oh, and a double shooting.
Alright, this could be something spicy. Don't know where our other bows are.
More tunes.
Wonder if Tenacious Toad got that one earlier. Or no, that's 20 pack. Never mind. Thank you, chat.
Oh.
Wonder what would happen if you put choose in the logic.
No.
Would pieces be buried deeper or shallower?
No. just no.
Guess that adds complications because of the wallet. While Weasel has made that deposit, going back, child, where is Weasel going? They surely have been to Lon Lon Ranch, right?
They have not, no.
And a
there
piece.
is the second piece behind Bomb. So that bomb bag on Lab Dive. We don't know there's a bomb bag on Lab Dive, but that is the current speculation. Because that is bomb locked, and we do not have any bomb bags yet.
Yeah, and unless there's another hook shot for us to pick up, that's also locked by Oponasan.
Wait, though. That has to be... So it's not a bomb bag on Lab Dive, because that has to be our other... Yeah, that has to be Wisdom. Which means our long shot and bombs are available.
Interesting. But where else is available that is not locked behind a step?
We have already discussed that neither of them did on Juice Chickens.
Right, okay. Weasel is child. He could opt to go there next. Getting ZL from here, he can open up the Royal Tomb.
Yeah, exactly. Courage has the GTG path, which has to be that strength, which currently has not given us anything.
Good point. They all gave us that Zor's tunic.
I
don't think that's helpful, but...
All roads always lead to ice. I don't think they can today in this case. We have our letter Sphere 0. We have a...
ZL Sphere 0.
Yeah, ZL Sphere 0. Our scales are...
One was in Decker Tree, one was in River.
Yep, but only hovers locked, which were Sphere 0. So let's go, T-Riz. Yes, Deku was Path. And it has to be either magic or the scale. So, was Weasel low on choose in GTG that second time?
Oh, good point. Must have been. I mean, went out and did the crate, had 2 for the crate. I think if you have at least 2 to do the crate peak in the valley, you should save scum the one in GTG too. There's the strength pickup for Tenacious Toad. Something we didn't mention with that second Triforce piece for Tenacious Toad, Weasel now has to collect all 3 Triforces in order to win the match.
Yeah, and you're not in a hurry to go back to GTG again. I
Yeah,
think
already been there twice.
Weasel has a good thought here. That strength leading us to Jabu. But yeah, I'm struggling to think of places that could have our bombs and 2 bomb bags and a hook shot to cancel out what we've already seen that, aren't bomb locked.
Yeah, I'm really struggling to put the pieces together on how those 2 pieces are zeros.
But that
Only
so
need
for Ganons, you can't think of it as items for Ganon specifically. You have to think of the step as beating a dungeon. And we have multiple ways of beating dungeons. We just don't know where our bomb bag is.
Where was
where
that
it
piece?
is?
That piece was in Forest Trial, or
It's in Deep Fire. I think Forest, yeah. Oh, Weasel not getting flame storage, unfortunately.
he's just totally getting that 1550.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
We are looking for something else. Unfortunately, it's not green in the game, but on our tracker, it's green.
Yeah, Forest Temple is currently bomb locked. Location. And Boomerang is also bomb locked, actually.
Yes. Bombs locker hookshot are boomerang and one of our Triforce pieces.
Yeah, Rain could be hammer locked. Everything that we have been calling bomb locked so far is bomb or hammer locked, so it's also possible that we have a hammer and bomb bag available.
True. I guess we should have been saying explosive locked.
No, because then choose. And choose are not in logic. They are in big
Logical.
chess because you're very excited to find them. And Fortress is foolish.
Thanks, game.
Shocking.
It is good news. I don't think Weasel did the archery, horseback archery.
Mm-hmm.
Tenacious Toad making the cross to the wasteland. This is locked behind the lens and magic. Magic locked behind Suns and the Kokiri sword.
Wait, that's a Valley Wanderer? There's something in Hammer Rocks? That where our bomb bag is?
I was just thinking that. I was thinking if that was a smart thing to suggest or not.
So our hammer is on chickens. That's what's on chickens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make. Yeah, that would kind of help a little bit.
Hammer on chickens. No one likes that. Chat's like, no, screw that.
Oh, I'm still gonna need to get the spoiler log at the end of this.
You know, I think this works much like most other official tournament races,
No!
and there are no spoiler logs.
Makes sense. Which means I have to do more work to obtain a spoiler log and figure out what the hell is going on.
I mean, given that we have 55 minutes left, I can fully see us finding the last piece. Nothing legal in this rule set. It's honest. And yes, belated happy 1 hour. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, which you are, I am just telling you that you're enjoying what you're seeing. Give our runners a follow. Weasel and Tenacious Toad putting on a good show. Toad with a fairly commanding lead, but with 55 minutes left. Weasel has plenty of time, just needs to get these couple pieces. Gonna get one right here. Our amazing trackers today, Shannick, Gutrun, and Shredder. August 40th, joining me on comms. And Dastar, returning as restreamer.
A second bow. It is not bow locked.
That's still bomb locked. That one's actually bomb locked.
Yes.
So walls like that, for anyone who might be newer, some walls, like the one in Death Mountain Trail to get into that fairy fountain, you can break that up with hammer, but walls like that that are more secret, you have to have an explosive.
Some secret. Big crack in the texture.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And if you go in there night, it like glows. It's so cool. Yep, Weasel on the board, grabbing that power piece in Ganon's.
Yeah, but as mentioned, has to get the remaining 2 Triforce pieces in the next 53 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And Tenacious Toad will have to miss it.
Yep, missed that final piece. Shadow bombable wall hammerable. No. Hammer is useless in Shadow. You're not wrong. Not wrong. No, go deep fire. It's there. That's where it is. I don't know why, but it's there.
Did we check to see? I'm not sure if either runners checked what's in the wall here.
That's what I am just about to say. Perhaps our hammer is in ice. Or in fountain. And that is where all of the pieces come together.
With their powers combined, they're the hero time.
Mm-hmm. I would rather have hammer on chickens, but That did just say CAC is on Way of the Wanderer. Alright. Typically speaking, playing Bolero is an ice play, but we don't have Minuet, so it could also be a forest play. We will just see where these runners go. So if Epona's is in fact Way of the Wanderer, I think that confirms that Longshot is available.
It's gonna be interesting to see here from Weasel if they opt to go a little deeper into fire than the Tenacious Toad did.
Toad going for Mido. Skip. 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 Thank you, Gudrun, for getting that in there.
Weasel is going deeper.
Yeah, and there's no going further. That also means that there's no reason that there is not a hammer or a bomb bag on chickens. 10 skulls also counts as CAC, which these runners have collected a skull? Maybe?
Yeah, is 10? 10 could be 0.
10 might also be 0, yeah. If we're talking about, like, powers. Yeah, so like 20 skulls won't count, 10 skulls would. Similar to how all other hint systems work. I maintain that if not a one of you did chickens for, what, 4 hours? 4 hours? When you had to collect 50 skulls? Like, that's on all of you. There was a just hellacious seed played last night.
We saw at least one of them go into graveyard as a child, and I think it was Tenacious Toad with Sun Song. I think in that position, really no excuse not to pop in and do some chickens.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they both went in there and did their sun songing. Weasel, no! Oh, saved. Alright, so Toad is in Forest. This is a potential location for our Courage piece. The path that we are assuming that we're skipping is just bombs. I don't think that actually resolves our market path hint, but you know.
We got the lens in there. I think that's the only thing so far.
No, I know Netherian. I'm just giving you shit. It was not a good scene. Exactly, Alfalfa. I should pull up our hint sheet and review what we have, because we have a potential gold scale or magic. We have letter or lens. Lens did not lead to anything in chest minigame, and as we just saw, Requiem was vanilla. So that would be a step if, say, Child Spirit were a thing.
Someone asking in chat, what are our path items so far? We had a river path. We found a bow and a scale in there. Sacred Forest Meadows Path, we found Suns and Bolero.
River was Wanderer, though.
Oh,
Right?
Wanderer, that's right. I think you're right. Crater, we got a path hint. I think the only thing in Crater that we got was Saria's Song. Market had our lens and Ludo's letter. Woods had our hookshot. Deku Tree
There's the silvers
had magic. Silver's where?
in the basement of Forest. So,
Yeah.
if you had your bets on Spirit, I would say that is a very good bet right now. Yes, because that resolves the lens, the magic, yep, sorry is to get into Forest for Strength 2. It does not tell us Epona. Epona Wanderer with hovers available. There was a strength in GTG. Yeah, and we're still bomb locked. Okay, slingshot. So, Sun's Lens, Magic, Strength, Kokiri Sword, Saria, and probably bombs. We absolutely need bombs or hammer to get our hookshot. But given what we know, we expect hammer and bombs to cancel each other out as a step. Nope, long shot, yeah. Long shot wouldn't count then, because Epona's is also available. Similarly, long shot and hovers for crossing over the quicksand pit cancel each other out, so that's not a step. Weasel opting to beat Phantom Ganon. I'm curious if he will step into the warp pad and get the Deku hints, because it's kind of annoying to get back here.
I think they already went into the Deku Tree. Should have got them then if he was interested.
Oh,
But
that's
is
right.
going into the warp.
Okay.
So our red medallion.
We don't have a fire source, so given that we expect there to be the strength requirement, there it is.
There's the game.
GG's Tenacious Toad finishing at an hour, little over 17, little under 18, somewhere in there.
Luckily, just game 1 of 3, so Weasel has the underdog's chance of taking the next 2 games in the series.
Yeah. Looks like Weasel might have seen it in race time. And we will see if either of these runners are joining us for an interview. But that was exciting.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. I need a little bit more time to research what the hell is going on in these things, I think. But it's fun nevertheless. You can't beat a seed that goes sub 80 minutes here.
Yep, absolutely. And welcome in Toad GG's.
Hello, GG's.
Any initial thoughts you have on your 007 Triforce Blitz seed?
There's too many major items in the path areas.
Ah, yes. Isolating which one you actually needed.
Yeah.
And
Near the
Weasel
end.
also joining us. GG's. Welcome in.
I misread Sarius for really long. I don't know why, I was just done with that.
I mean, it wasn't easy on this side of the broadcast either.
Um,
I confuse my song locations all the time, and that's really dangerous in this. Like, the Bolero Sarias interaction really messed with me this seed. So I kind of had thought I had, like, already kind of followed that, but that's just dumb.
after I got Rudo's, or after I got ZL at Malin, I figured it wasn't locked behind Rudo's letter, so I kind of knew that it was kind of the lens.
Yeah.
Especially when Magic showed up in Deku.
Yeah,
It's like,
I
okay, yeah.
figure I don't actually know. The only one I got was Ganon's castle. I assume it was Spirit and then probably the end of DC.
GTG.
There's a piece in GTG. Where in GTG?
Weasel, we do have a question
Beamos.
about that.
Son of a...
Because
There's just the third strength out there then?
No. So the two that we saw were the ones in GTG, which were the path hinted one, and then the one in the basement of Forest.
Oh no, I was talking pieces. Sorry, where the other two pieces are.
Sorry.
It was the Beamos in GTG.
Yeah.
Mother.
And
I went in twice.
In which chest in Spirit?
Yeah, one of the child climb.
It was the child
ones.
climb, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so were you specifically saving your choose to peek that crate in Valley Weasel? We were trying to figure out if maybe you had run out.
I just forgot to do the room.
Oh, okay.
Straight up, I'm not gonna lie. I did the big chest. Sorry. And then just bailed out. It was really dumb,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
I went in there
unfortunately,
twice too.
yeah, unfortunately, on your first
so
trip
early.
through, you didn't have any explosives, I don't think.
My early game route was so stupid. I blame Kawari. I don't know if him or Lady Draco were watching, but all throughout multi-world, he was like, "Oh, I have opponents. Let's just go do GTG with nothing." And I was like, "I'm gonna do that this seed because it's path, and I got a really early bow, so I have 3 checks. Why not?"
Definitely made more sense after you got the bow in Mido's house. But then chat was saying that with those hover boots there, or wherever
Yeah.
the bow was, but with the hover boots in Mido's house, chat was saying that you could have done a hook shot list a little quicker, and then even with those hover boots, got into the Cyclops and done the whole kind of first loop minus the silver
You
gauntlets.
can. Oh shit! I always forget you can hover boots hookless in that.
Of course, it's not
You
in
hover off the
logic,
chest.
but it might have been
Crap.
something worthwhile.
That's something I like just never think of. I always think of
Yep.
hookless GTG with the bomb jumps. I never think of having hovers. It's such a rare thing.
Well, it's also finicky to set up, and I think you need explosives to blow up the fake door first, don't you?
I don't
No,
think so.
you don't need
Because
to.
as long as you don't attack it,
Okay.
it won't aggro you, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I'm guessing you didn't find a bomb bag either?
Nope. Nope.
Oh
Wonder
yeah,
where they're
does
at.
one of you still have the seed loaded by any chance?
I raged out immediately.
I do.
Would you please just go do the 3 chickens? Just
Okay. No, chicken sucks. I don't care. Even if it's 3, they're stupid and it's just
because
Fine, I'll do chickens.
we
with
suspect
2.
that is where that's where the missing piece is, whether it's a hammer, a bomb bag, or probably more likely the long shot, because we
I think
did get
I think
we
it
got
has to
a
be hammer because there's a Valley Path of the Wanderer for hammer rocks. I think,
yeah.
which
Yep.
is nutty. So
Yeah, we were just thinking it probably had to be long shot because Epona is Wanderer as well.
yeah,
Yeah. I never got Valley Wanderer.
yeah, that was weird. It was after I checked the first 2, and I was like, "How the hell have I dodged bomb bags and a hammer this whole time?" Like, I don't know if it's just like sitting in open grotto because open grotto sucks too, or like child fishing, but I don't.
Right.
Open Grotto was dead. We did not see any of Adult Lake.
Nope. I didn't do any of field either.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
I
that was a thought I had
I
as a senior. Go around Lon Lon Ranch on your way to GTG early on.
yeah.
Yeah,
What?
but yeah, my route just was not good. I actually really hate zero path like seeds. I just think they're frustrating to play.
Yeah, I can imagine. Good
'Cause you
news
like
is it's just game 1 of a
yeah,
series.
yeah. I just like I don't know, playing through a seed and never finding a bomb bag or a hammer is just so rage inducing too. I like got in my own head with that
oh
where I was like, oh, what did I skip? Like probably on chickens or open grotto or something dumb. And Toad's gonna have had it from like minute 5.
Did you do 10 skulls at all?
No, I didn't touch a skull.
Me neither.
yeah, we
Bomb
were
back
trying
to
to
be on
figure out
there.
Yeah,
how many. Yeah.
I think there's just ugh,
Yeah, those are
chat.
kind of the only I think there are 5 checks left that could have resolved everything, and it was, the lake area, chickens, and 10 skulls, pretty much.
Chickens is the bloopy, so it's not that.
Okay. It wasn't chickens, folks. You're right again to skip it. Rest assured.
Mm-hmm.
I thought my early game route was so good too when I found like the suns into K-Sword really pretty quickly. My adult early route finding like a scale and a boat was really nice too. Going upriver.
Yeah, I did that too. I did Cacta River.
I'm metaing you game 2. I'm not doing that shit.
But yeah, August mentioned this is first of 3. Have you scheduled your second match yet?
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday at
Saturday?
2 Eastern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you both. Anything you might do differently or the same? Share
Uh,
your secrets with your opponent right now.
Skip
not mis
chickens.
not misread
Continue
songs.
skipping chickens.
Yes.
I'm gonna not misread a song layout this time. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking good notes seems to be really important, but more important, I think, is understanding those notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots going
What?
on here.
No.
I
Absolutely not.
I think I just confused which song I got as adult and which I got as child in SFM. Because I think Suns was as child and Bolero was as adult, but I thought it was
Yeah.
reversed.
Yes.
I was like, oh, Sarius just gave me Suns, and Suns gave me K-Sword, which was not how that worked. So then I got dumbed. I would have gone
Hmm.
before earlier, I think.
So I'm guessing there was no keys on early child spirit.
Didn't
That
see
would
any child spirit, right?
Yeah, I think that would be required of with the steps that we had.
Yeah.
Did you Sorry, where were the strengths again? Was it just Forest? Was there one in GTG?
There's one in GTG, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense then, so. Alright.
Yeah, well, we certainly have tons of Blitz left to go. Keep an eye out on the schedule. Plenty of Blitz coming here on the Silver Gauntlets.
Woohoo!
And with that,
Yeah, Dastar,
out of here.
hop in, take us out. Wow, that much. He doesn't hate me that much. Wow.
How about now, chat? Can you hear me now? Yeah, okay, I got there. Thanks, Star.
So they didn't hear any of the mean, terrible
Yeah,
things you said to me.
it's fine. It was mostly just insulting you. It was cool. Um, anyway, bottom line is we've got a ton of matches coming up for the Blitz tournament. We're trying to just put as many of them up as we have conscious restreamers for, hence why, I'm here. But at the same time, come volunteer with us. We can get some extra tracking, extra comms, extra anything, and we can put more races up just like this. And obviously, they're done in 2 hours or less, so you can just make something happen or not. And it's just a lot of fun to be part of. And hopefully, we'll get another race going for you tomorrow. We've got a couple options on there, including one I'm kind of hoping to see, but I'm not going to spoil that one yet. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to hop in and talk about that. If I'll go ahead and give it back to you, but it seems August has vanished.
Yes. August took off. But thank you, of course, to August for joining me on comms tonight. Our runners, once again, Weasel and Toad, thank you. You both did an excellent job. I'm excited to see your rematch on Saturday.
Yeah, GG, I loved it too.
Thanks.
Trackers, Shannon, Gudrun, and Shredder, helping us out, race monitoring as well, and Dastar returning as a restreamer